we proceed on this course?
Well, the way things are going at the moment, I think it is quite reasonable to think we are heading to about 4 degrees centigrade of warming across this century. That would be utterly devastating. Just remember, the difference between now and an ice age is about 5 degrees. So we're talking about changes that would normally occur over probably tens of thousands of years, occurring over little more than 100 years. And 100 years in some respects sounds like a long time, but many of the people listening to this, their children will still be alive in 100 years, and certainly their grandchildren will be. 100 years is just tomorrow, really, in so many respects.
And what would the world look like?
What we do today locks in the infrastructure.
And what would the world look like?
We will be seeing far more famine, drought, floods, changes in food patterns. I think we'll probably start to see lots more tension within communities, and that means then a lot more tension between communities. So we see, even we look at Syria. Syria clearly wasn't caused by climate change, but the 12 years of drought in that region was an exacerbating factor, and that's with just 1 year of 1 degree of warming. As we head towards 4 degrees centigrade of warming, we're talking about breaking down many of the ecosystems of the world that pollinate our crops, that make our air clean for us. So this is a different planet from the one in which we live, and the chaos that will ensue will be bad for our species, for humans, but also, indeed, of course, for many other species around the planet. And that's why we have to do everything we can to hold to ideally 2 degrees centigrade, well, to hold for 2 degrees centigrade and ideally aim for 1.5. I think that's looking very challenging. So let's do everything we can to keep the temperature as low as possible.
Kevin Anderson, we want to thank you for joining us, the Zennström Professor in Climate Change Leadership at the Center for Environment and Development Studies, Uppsala University, also Chair of Energy and Climate Change at Tyndall Center for Climate Change Research at the University of Manchester in Britain, where he's speaking to us now. This is Democracy